right. Are we live right now? I got to figure that out real quick. Wait 1 second. Let's see. Test, test, test. Are we live? Are we live? Trying to figure it out. Test, test, test. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me? Are we live? Are we live? Trying to figure it out. Cool. I think we're live. That is pretty neat. Let me just figure out something. How to make sure there's little to no delay. All right, let's figure out for live streaming. Let's see. All right, let's see in OBS settings. Stream outputs. Wait. Settings advanced. Okay, network. All right, let me just double check this. All right, I think I am my only viewer right now, but that's okay. And I'll talk about why I'm live streaming with an audience of only 30 subscribers. So, but 1 second, I just want to make sure that these settings are all good. Analytics, live control room. Let's see. I want to have like as little delay as possible here. Stream settings, latency. Okay, wait. Settings, outputs. Let's get some music on, shall we? Let's see. Let me just check that these buttons work here too. Let's see. All right, so main camera setup, stream setup, and the BRB setup in case I gotta go to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna shit my pants on stream. Who knows? You never know. All right. So I wanted to stream today for a multitude of reasons. Actually, I've been really wanting to stream now, just like in general. But I was kind of thinking, like, you know, it might be a little awkward to stream. Let's just say if I even do happen to, you know, even get any type of audience or anything like that, maybe it's going to be awkward to stream. And so I was kind of thinking maybe it'd be good now to stream when I have an audience of literally, you know, 0 people right now. And I can just practice and, you know, I can just trade and just hang out, chill. I mean, I'm trading basically every day anyway, so it's like, why not set this up into a dedicated session? Maybe that's kind of the idea. So, wait, let me just double check. I want to see something. Hold up. See my channel. All right, live. Okay, so there's a little bit of latency, a little bit of delay on the stream right now. Kind of to be expected, but that's going to change in the future. In the next one, it'll probably be lower latency. So yeah, cool. All right. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about live streaming in the future, and I was like, why not just live stream now when I have an audience of 0? It's just easier that way. You know, I don't have to worry about like if anyone's viewing this because no one's viewing this right now. So that's cool. Yeah, we can just trade and hang out and do it live. I've kind of had a little bit of a problem with picking a session to trade and really sticking to it. And maybe if I streamed it, it would kind of force me to stick to a specific session. And today we might trade, we might not. It all just depends. Yeah, you know, we're not really sure. We'll see. You know, if we get a setup today. I've not checked the charts, so this is the first time I'm looking at the charts today. So we'll see what happens. I also kind of want to go through the news a little bit. I want to form a bias right now, though, before looking at any news or any announcements or anything like that. Let's see. All right. How far? All right, so we got Bookmap. We got Trading View. All right. All right, I might need to turn this light down, actually. Wait. Yeah, it's a little bit better on my eyes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So planning to trade. If I'm going to trade today, it's going to be micros, and I'll be trading 1 PA and 4 evals grouped all together. I've had various different thoughts about how I'm trading in general, because I trade a lot differently when it comes to micros versus, or not just micros, sorry. I trade a lot differently when it comes to evals versus PA accounts, and I'm trying to fix that. So that's one thing I'm trying to fix is, one, trying to trade during a specific session, and then the other thing is trading all the same on every account. I know a lot of people will try to swing at the fences when it comes to, when it comes to like getting their eval and like quickly passing it, and it makes sense like why you would do that, but I don't know. It's like when I swing at the fences, and when anyone swings at the fences when it comes to trading, they start trading minis, and it's either they win and they win a lot, or they fail and they fail hard, right? And it is a viable strategy because eventually you're going to pass accounts, but the problem with that is that you are eventually like I mean, if you can go through that mental problem of just like burning through accounts and having a high failure, then maybe that's good for you. But for me, like I can't trade that way. I've noticed like it's just a lot better if I trade only or usually only sticking to micros. Typically that's usually best for me. So let me see if I can set this up. I might be able to add, let's see. Hold up. By the way, if anyone's wondering, I just SVP on right now. So it's the volume profile, but it's just by the session. So it just shows every single session's worth specifically. Let's see. I mean, so yeah, I mean daily, higher time frame. It's bullish. Looks like it just, it wants to hit 30. And of course, I'm sure there's tons of limit orders all up to, yeah, I think it makes sense that, what you do is you put your number below 30K, so then your order gets filled. It's kind of funny. So that's going to be probably a big area of contention going into this. So let's see. Okay, so let's see. So it looks like all right. Curious how NVIDIA is going to open here. Yeah, it's always the beginning of the session. It's where all the moves are for NVIDIA. Check out Bitcoin. Yeah, it's interesting how crypto is kind of decoupled from stocks in general. I guess when crypto is done running and when crypto is kind of running, then it seems to follow like the S&P and tech stocks, NASDAQ pretty heavily. But when it's not, yeah, it's just tanking. It's interesting. Looks pretty bearish to me. I would imagine Bitcoin could probably bounce. I mean, let's see, in 2021, Bitcoin came down 77%, probably due to diminishing returns. If it hit like 60 something percent, it'd be like around 42K. That'd be an interesting spot, I think. Which would be from current price. That'd be about down 44%. All right, and we're live right now. Market is open. I do like the way it's holding, so I want to go in long with anticipation that it won't break below 29878. All right, it's breaking it. Out. All right, one more try off this bounce. Nope, it's breaking. Done. One more try. Honestly, the first two trades were way too forced before even observing the full move. Yeah. Out of that. Yeah, in hindsight, this, just like I was saying, how, just recently we've been getting like the first beginning of the session is one part of the move, and then the second part of the session, the power hour, is like the other part of the move. And I should have just waited. Should have waited for this move to happen. Clearly, like, it's going to bounce off this support. Yeah, I just forced trades today just for this stream. So yeah, that was a mistake on my part. That was one thing I was actually thinking of. If I am going to stream, is it going to force me to like force trades? And that's something I don't want to do. So learning a lesson for the next stream. Yeah, I don't want to trade anymore though. I don't think it would be good for me to trade more. I would have longed this, like this entry here, after waiting for this confirmation of this bounce. But yeah, I entered in too early for this, and I have a lock as well on my account, so I only want to lose, like, I think it's set to each account. I'm trading multiple accounts here, so each account is set at like a 200 loss limit, which is good because then it'll like it'll protect me and my account, so that's fine. Yeah, bit brutal though. Learning lesson for me is to definitely not force trades here on a live stream. So yeah, that's fun. Let's see. And then honestly, any of these pullbacks would have been a good entry point. Honestly, the pre-market, like London session, was like, yeah, late Asia, early London session. It's way better here. Interesting. Just want to test this out. All right, here was some recovery on that. 700. Wait, let's see. All right, it's 300. Oh, there's a ton of limit orders right there. All right, it's breaking. Will it push through? Boom. here's the breakthrough. Let's see. I mean, we're getting close to the ceiling here. It wants to hit 30. Maybe small retracement. All right, there we go. All right, looks like there's the rejection. All right. Some recovery off that bounce. Very interesting. Very interesting session. And what makes it so interesting is that it's like, you know, we're in this all-time high territory. It's like price really wants to bounce out of this range. Like it wants to run right now. All right, let's see. Whoa, big rejection. Okay. All right, there we go. 1,000 on this position. That's great. Moving brackets up as we go along here. All right, we're at 1,400 in like 5 seconds. That's a pretty good scalp. All right, and let's see. Can we just break into an all-time high right now? It's always interesting, right? Like, okay, we're getting some contention here. I'm gonna move my stop. So if it does hit a little bit lower from here, yeah, I'll be stopped out, but it'll be like at least 1,200 in profit. If we keep going higher, then cool. If not, fuck it. Oh well. Am I allowed to curse on here? I don't know. I remember back in the day, YouTube was always like super sensitive about, or not sensitive at all with like cursing and stuff, and then it got super sensitive. So okay, all right, I'm out of that trade. That's cool. All right. So one thing I've noticed in my own trading though, and this live stream is just hitting home on, is do not trade the fucking open. Do not trade the fucking open. The open is fucking stupid. Do not trade the open. All right. It sometimes hurts too, like when I'll move my stop up like brackets, and it just, you know, price just dipped out at here is where I get filled for a TP, and then it just continues higher. So I could have had my stop, I could have not had it as tight in the brackets and moved it a little bit further. That would have been cool. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just watching order flow, and I'm watching for like the velocity of the orders, velocity of absorption. It's not necessarily about like these levels. It's also like the absorption of the specific levels, let's just say. Yeah, I feel like price really wants to hit 30K though today. And even though like there's this whole Trump taco situation, it's like NASDAQ does not give a fuck today. Wall Street could not give a single fuck. So, and it's after the Memorial Day, so it's like, you know, institutions want to get filled, you know, by today. So, wait, I'm just gonna screenshot. Oh wait, no, can I show this? I think I can just show this. How the calendar is looking. Can I pop this over? Wait, and also, I just want to make sure I have no orders. Sometimes I accidentally leave like a stop, like I'll literally just flatten out and like close my prices, but I still left my brackets on there, so sometimes it'll like fill, and I don't want that. Let me just cancel all here. And also, I'm just gonna take this out. Yeah. Interesting. So I was looking at longing oil too, and that would have been a good long had I just long that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Here we are, like we're here, you know, knock knock. We're at the doorstep right now. It wants to hit that so hard, right? And just imagine all these orders that are, you know, that are going to prevent this from happening. I would imagine people are just going to get filled, and there's going to be buyers that will want to buy into this all-time high, and it just moves, you know, further up. Like I imagine that's just how we're going to go right now. I mean, that was the daily bias I had first. Let's see. But of course we go up, right? We get stopped. Like we go up here, and I was thinking, okay, we're gonna, you know, just hang out here for a little bit, go sideways before bouncing up. But no, of course, go further down, right? Do a little liquidity sweep before moving higher. And it's always super interesting how market open tells a different story, and then like 10-15 minutes. Whoa, what is happening? Wait. I think I hit like option S. Okay. Yeah, look at this. It's gonna go. It's filling all these orders right now. Here we go. Boom. There it is. Nice. Okay. There's the all-time high for the day. Boom. Trading in uncharted territories right now. All right, so next big level is around 30,100, and more as we go along, but yeah. All right, so so here is the day's trades across multiple accounts, and let's see. So honestly, this is too many trades, even for having, you know, a group of like, you know, 5+ accounts. I think this is just too many trades that I want to take. So this is cool actually, that I can have this as a VOD as well, like and just have this on the channel, so I can just go back and play it, like learn from. So today's mistakes was, first of all, is trading directly at the open instead of just waiting for just waiting for price, see what happens, right? And then just trading into the momentum and waiting for a bigger pullback. I would have preferred to do that today, but I didn't. And at first I started to take L's, and then I was able to actually come out in green. But I don't like trading that way. So tomorrow I want to wait until, you know, past the open, maybe 9:40 or so. Let's see, like when was most of the moves today? Wait. Let's see, remove 6 drawings. Okay. So from 9:30 to here. So it was a 7-minute. So 7 minutes. So basically, I think how I want to trade tomorrow is wait for potential price movement, wait like 10 minutes in, wait for consolidation before entering. That's ideally how I would want to play that. Yeah. And I was thinking at first I wouldn't continue trading today either, but to me, like it seemed so easy, the trades that I took towards the end. And I'm just thinking now, like I would have rather, had I just waited for those trades, this would be like probably like 1 to 2K minimum. And I would have just taken like one set of trades, 1 to 2 sets of trades across 5+ accounts. That would have been better, but yeah. So I'm gonna log that in as well and journal that. So yeah. Wait, let me see if I can do that. If I open this, is it gonna show any accounts? Hope not. Let's see. All right, let's see. We need bullet points. I like bullet points. Blah, blah, blah. What is this? What is this one? Wait. All right, doesn't matter. All right, first thing today. Whoa. Should have waited for movement after market open instead of forcing a trade. If streaming, don't force trades. Chill, wait. What else? Yeah, I mean, those were the kind of the big things. Like, just should have waited for more movement after market open. Wait around 5 to 10 minutes for first initial volatility, and then wait for consolidation before entering into position. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so for me overall, this was actually like, even though it's like in the green of 679. Wait, is that right? 679. Wait. Yeah, 679, 680 in profit in the green, even though that was today's day. Ideally, that's not the way I would want to trade in the future. So yeah, those notes will help me ideally not trade that way in the future. Are we still? Do I have any viewers, or am I just talking to myself? Let's see. I have, I think, 1 concurrent viewer. So shout out to you if you're watching this. Yeah, breaking into all-time highs. Yeah, so daily bias today was long on NQ, and that was correct. It was just early positioning wasn't working out. On oil, I was also kind of thinking this was potentially long as well. I didn't think it would pop that well, though. Yeah. Interesting. We'll see if Trump tacos, though, and what's going to happen with that. But yeah. So I think for an initial stream, this was good enough time. And, you know, closing the day, let's see. Yeah, so closing the day out 680. That's good. Problem is just too many trades to do it. So ideally, we're not going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to wait for market open a little bit until we see price enter consolidation zone before entering. That's another lesson. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I think I'm going to do for this stream. I have some work and other stuff I have to do anyway. So, yeah, that's probably going to be it. And I just thought this would be kind of a fun experiment to try streaming. And maybe this will be a Monday through Friday type of occurrence. Not really sure yet. We'll see. But overall, I know this is going to be kind of like a live trading journal for me as well, to ideally get better at trading. And that's really my goal. It's just taking trading a little bit more seriously. And I think on another stream, I'll talk a little bit more about that. So anyways, guys, I think that was it. Let me just figure out, how do I end this? Okay, here we go.